Hi there, Regina Sanchez, your spiritual life and health coach, believing in you. Welcome today to my video podcast, Giving You a Fresh Start. And I am going to today talk about an area that I think is really important when it comes to our immune system and building our immune system. Something I haven't touched on yet. So take a break and grab your favorite beverage. I am drinking this morning a nice glass of water with some cucumber slices. I feel a little dehydrated this morning, so I'm going to make sure I get enough water in for the day. I've already had my decaf cup of coffee first thing this morning. I've already had my 1 cup of English breakfast tea. Was about to go do another one, but I decided I really need a glass of water more than I need another cup of tea. So pause the video, take a break, go get your beverage, and come back and listen to what I have to talk to you about today. So as I continue on this teaching of helping you build your immune system, I've shared with you that, it encompasses a lot of components of our life and our lifestyles and things that we do. And I've spent a lot of time talking about foods, and I'm truly not done, covering food issues. But I felt like I wanted to venture into another area. I mean, I've talked about, as I'm looking through my Rumble channel. I mean, we talked about emotions and how certain emotions like fear can hinder your immune system, right? We've talked about processed foods and what that can do. We've talked about, certain beverages. We talked about dairy. We talked about teas. How tea is high in pesticides and how, it may be something to consider, making sure that your tea is organic. We talked about sweeteners, especially artificial sweeteners and how we want to avoid those. We want to avoid sugar as much as possible in our intake, but we definitely, without a doubt, I mean, I feel like sometimes I need to beg people, please stop the artificial sweeteners. I cannot stress this enough. We talked about, preservatives and additives and things like that and food coloring in our food. So I feel like I kind of laid a nice groundwork to, the foods and what we put in our body. What I want to talk to you today about is what's in our environment around us. And I want to talk about things like Febreze or Glad fresheners and things like that. Things that we scent our home, or Yankee Candles. Things that we're adding fragrance into our home, or trying to disinfect our home for that matter. The best way to disinfect your home on many levels is open the windows. Let the fresh air come in. I know it might be kind of hard because it's winter in a lot of places. Today it's a beautiful day here in New England. I don't even know what the temperature is. Let me check and see what the temperature is. It's 51 degrees. Oh, excuse me, it's 56 degrees. So I will definitely have to take a walk today and enjoy this nice warm weather. But open the windows and get fresh air in, and that'll kind of disinfect the house. I mean, if you've had people that have been sick, that's probably not a bad idea. It just open some windows, get the air, get the breeze flowing through for, an hour, and just get the germs out of the house. But there are some things you can do in reference to disinfecting your house, and they don't have to be by spraying Febreze or, using Glad plugins and things of that nature. So why do we want to avoid, using those things? Let me pull up my document here. Let me bring it over to my other computer. They can be, so dangerous to our health. You could find, like, the chemicals in there can be a neurotoxin to you, or they can disrupt your hormones. especially in women. And, it had gotten to a point when I was organizing, a few years back, in my organizational agreement, I had a statement in there that said that if you, use the Glad, plugins or use Yankee Candles, to please unplug them, or please don't burn the candles that day for me before our appointment and while I'm there, because the toxins are so strong for me. It makes me sick. And one day I was working in a home, and this was when I finally decided, okay, I can't do this anymore. I really am going to need to set a boundary here. And I was helping this woman in her home, and I was like, what is so strong in here that's making me sick? And it was a Yankee candle that she was burning. And I can't decide what's worse for me, is a Yankee candle or a plug-in. Um, I think maybe a Yankee candle, and maybe depending on the scent. But a lot of these ingredients, um, or a lot of these products have ingredients that are so dangerous. And according to the EPA, they list 4 that you need to be cautious of. One of them is formaldehyde. Another one is petroleum distillates. Another one is phthalates, and the other one I can't really pronounce. It's p-dichlorobenzene. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. But what you're going to find in like formaldehyde can cause stomach issues, burning eyes, throat irritation, nausea, or even your skin burning. Now, I know when those things were in people's homes and I was smelling them, it was causing a nauseousness in me that and a head. I don't want to say a headache. I don't get headaches, but just a weird feeling in my head. The petroleum distillates can cause things like chronic fatigue, weight gain, breathing issues, dysfunction in your neurological system. Which are those neurotoxins affecting your body. The other phthalates, if I'm saying that right, could give you an increase in neurological or behavioral problems. Especially if you have children. Behavioral issues with your children, and you've got these, Yankee Candles or these plugins. Please unplug them and clean out your house. Another one with the dichlorobenzene is linked to leukemia or other cancers of the blood. They can affect a low blood count with your platelets, or low white blood cell counts. So it's just, these are just a few of the chemicals that you might want to consider looking at. Look at the ingredients. Now years ago when I wrote a lot about this, I did some blogs and such on it years ago. And when I did, and I looked up the Febreze and the Glad plugins and whatever, and I looked at the ingredients, they were pretty scary. And in names I didn't even know what were. So to me, like, if you've got a list of chemicals that you can't even pronounce their names, for me, I stay away from it. But it was interesting. I did go and Google Febreze. And Febreze has a beautiful website right now. It's inviting. It's peaceful. It's lovely. And, the website says, learn about the ingredients in Febreze. Febreze, an air freshener with nothing to hide. And so you keep scrolling, and it's saying it has high standards and carefully selected ingredients and on. And then it has the no list. So the no list is flammable propellants like butane and propane, no formaldehyde, no phthalates, no benzenes, no triclosan, no BPH. So you look at the list and you go, okay, all right, very good. And you continue going down, and it says what makes and keeps us fresh. And it says check out our smart labels. So I click on that link, right? And there's a list of their Febreze products, a whole list, a lot different. I think they list every product by fragrance. Um, and then when you click on, you know, one of those products and you look at the ingredients, I'm concerned, uh, very concerned about ingredients and the list of ingredients that are in these products. So, do your own research when it comes to this. That's all I'm saying is I'm just trying to open people's eyes. I'm just trying to educate people into understanding the dangers. I mean, there are ingredients here that I'd have to, I'd have to do a whole lot of studying and looking them up. So my goal is, as I said, is just to open your eyes to understand what these products are about. I then looked at the Glad fresheners, and they didn't seem as deceptive, I guess the word I want to use, in what they're saying is inside their products. And maybe deceptive isn't the word. I don't know, but I think it is. You know, they I just, when you look at these main ingredient in these fresheners, they say air fresheners will emit over 100 different chemicals. Like, that's a lot of chemicals. Uh, so, you need to be careful with these air fresheners, especially the plugins that are, plugged into your outlet. If you've got pets and so forth, or you've got little children, you want to really be careful with that. God forbid they were to unplug one. A child probably more so would possibly unplug a freshener than your pet. But you want to be careful with having those around. Then I looked up Yankee Candles. It was a little confusing in some of the ingredients. They say they don't use paraffin wax, and then some places say they do. Um, I just think, and maybe they don't. Maybe they don't use paraffin wax, and they say their wick is cotton, which makes it safe. But then, what are the chemicals that they use to get the fragrance? I think that is a key. I think burning the paraffin wax is just highly toxic in your home. Um, so what happens with companies? I'm not saying that Yankee Candle does this, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do. But so paraffin wax is not safe. So they're going to start marketing their candles without paraffin wax, or whether Yankee Candle does that or other candles. They don't use paraffin wax. So you're going to think, okay, I know paraffin wax. I'm told paraffin wax is dangerous, and Yankee Candle or whatever candle company doesn't use the paraffin wax. So, okay, so this product is safe. But you've got to look at all the other components of the candle that's burning in your home. So what are they using in the way of a fragrance? And, maybe they'll use one essential oil, and then they'll market it as, you know, the fragrance of essential oil. But there may be only a small component of that fragrance that has an essential oil, and the rest are chemicals. So you truly, I mean, for me, I would never spray my home with Febreze or any aerosol freshener ever. Any of them, Lysol or Glad fresheners, any of those, never. I would never use a plug-in, Glad plug-in or Febreze, I think now has plug-ins, whatever. I would never use those. And I would never burn a Yankee Candle or any candle company that is, using a fragrance. Now, I know my daughter, one Christmas, made some candles. She homemade it was homemade, and she used essential oils in the candle. So that to me is safe, and I'll let that burn in my home. But what I use in my house for for fragrance is essential oils. And I have right here. I haven't filled it yet today. But I have in my home, in my office here, in my bedroom, and in my kitchen, I have diffusers, and I fill them with various essential oils, and I let them diffuse throughout the day. And depending on what I need, so in my diffuser here, which I will do when I end this video, it's usually the first thing I do when I come into my office. I will put probably a peppermint or some mint in here because it kind of clears any brain fog I may have. If I'm still feeling sleepy in the morning, I'll put a mint in there. And right now I am so addicted to the woodsy kind of oil scent, like Douglas fir, Siberian fir, black spruce. I'm trying to think what else I have. I am so addicted to them. I mean, the fragrance to me is just wonderful. And then I might put a little citrus, maybe a little wild orange, lemon. I have some tangerine. I have clementine. I'll add a little citrus fragrance to that. So that's kind of what I've been using, like really daily for that. When I go to bed at night, because I want my body to relax, my diffuser always has a lavender in it. And I may, juniper berry is a great relaxing fragrance or scent. What else? Bergamot is great. I'll maybe put a little frankincense or cedar wood. And the interesting thing for me was when I got introduced to essential oils, it's been now 7 years that I've been using essential oils nightly in my diffuser for 7 years. That's what every night I put oils into my diffuser when I go to bed. And when I first got introduced, number one, I hated lavender. I was like so turned off. And I hated the woods, the cedar woods and the vetiver and all that. And I was like, oh, I did not like them. And then it just took a little bit of time when my body, I don't know if my body just got used to it. And now I love it. And to like I'll get in bed at night and read or something. And I have my diffuser going to start calming me down, relaxing me, getting ready for a good night's sleep. And I just so love the fragrance of the lavender. It's just so calming and relaxing, and I think my body kind of craves it. So that's my routine, and that's what I do to have a fragrance in my home. Now, there are essential oils that you can use to, sort of clean out and freshen up or, get the germs out of your home if have had some sickness in the house. So if you don't want to open up the windows, there are essential oils that you can diffuse that will kind of clean out the air. And, things like, I know doTERRA makes something called On Guard. So you've got like clove in there, orange, some citrus and so forth. I don't remember everything else that's in the On Guard, but, that's like a disinfectant type of oil that you could diffuse to clean out and, be rid of germs. So if I had, a child at home and they were sick, I would probably in their bedroom have a diffuser, and I would diffuse something like an On Guard, or I would make up a contraption of oils and burn those to help disinfect their bedroom. But highly consider what you're putting in your house as far as fragrance is concerned, because I can't stress enough the dangers of these chemicals that are in our homes. I don't know how to express the concern for those chemicals in our houses. There's so many chemicals around. There's so many chemicals out in our environment, right? That it's almost hard to avoid. So do the best you can to not bring them in your house and then be inhaling them constantly. If you're someone that has, headaches and so forth, and you use these products, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you stop. And, see if you see a difference. I mean, those headaches can be caused from other issues, but it may just be this issue. And this is the easiest thing to stop and change to see if it affects you. But like I said, they can be neurotoxins and, affect your neurological system, and they can disrupt your hormones. And so, disruptive hormones can cause this weight gain that you can't get rid of, um, or other issues. So look through what you've got in your house. Think about what I said. Do your own research. Pull things up on Google and go on their websites and look. Call the companies. I've been known to call companies to check out ingredients on things myself. So do that. Take that time and do it. It's going to be well worth your health and the health of your family. So thanks for spending a few minutes with me. I hope that you find this helpful. I hope that you consider making some changes in your home if these are products that you use. And, if you want to talk about essential oils, I do have two companies that I do use. I trust, because you want to be careful, because not all essential oils are safe. I personally would never walk into the pharmacy, your typical Walgreens or Walmart or any of those, and buy my essential oils. I would only buy my oils from a place that, number one, is either certified organic oils, or they give the GCMS report. So what companies do, and these two companies that I use, and I know there are other ones, but I use doTERRA and I use another company called Aromatics. Both companies give the GCMS report, which means you can look up that oil on their website, and the GCMS report gives the chemical breakdown of that oil. So you will know the ingredients that are in those oils, in that specific oil. For every single oil they produce, you can get a GCMS report. So I only buy from those two companies. Although I take that back, there may be a couple other companies. I know Dr. Axe does organic oils. Dr. Mercola does organic oils. Health Ranger, I think, has organic oils. So there are other companies out there. I know Young Living is sort of the counter to doTERRA. I think Young Living started, and then people left Young Living and started doTERRA. So I think they're both, equal in their concern and quality of products that they use. Although I think doTERRA may, I know, and Aromatics does, literally goes to the country of origin to get, where I know lavender is really grown well in France, and so they go to that company and get their lavender or whatever from whatever companies or whatever countries are known for producing those products, those plants, to get their oils from. So I love essential oils. I so recommend incorporating essential oils into your life, into your health and well-being for your family. I have a box of essential oils now. Like I said, I've been using them for 7 years. I probably have about 80 oils that some I use more than others. There are oils that I buy monthly, like my lavender, and my woods and my firs and all of that. But some oils that I've had for a little while that I don't always use. But I also actually make oils for some of my cleaning products. Like I have a spray bottle in my shower. I don't know if I'm going to remember everything it's made up of off the top of my head, but it's a spray bottle that I spray down my shower after I shower to help keep the mold away. And I know it has tea tree oil, it has geranium, palm rose, maybe lemon or lemongrass. Those are the ones I can remember. So it goes in a bottle of water. I put some vinegar in there to break up the oil because oil and water don't mix. So to cause the mixture of the essential oils and the water. And then I spray down my shower every time I take a shower, and it does help keep the mold down. I don't like cleaning my bathroom. That's probably the one thing I don't enjoy cleaning. I don't mind cleaning my house. I do not enjoy cleaning bathrooms. So I appreciate, the essential oil spray that I make to keep the mold down. So anyway, I hope this helps. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, if you need some help, a link below to schedule a discovery call is here for you. We can chat. We could talk about the products. We could talk, that I introduced some of the products, and there's probably more. Think about what you're using in your house for fragrance or disinfectants. And if you want to talk a little more about some essential oils and how they can help and benefit you, I'd love to chat with you. So you have a blessed day. Do your research, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks. God bless.